The spate of terror attacks by Boko Haram insurgents, particularly in the northeastern parts of Nigeria, unleashed human rights and humanitarian challenges upon the country, which led to massive displacement of persons with all their attendant consequences. The federal government, however, adopted a countermeasure by deploying troops to the area to protect and secure the lives and property of all Nigerians and other persons in the region. As the conflict festered, the human rights and humanitarian concerns became multifaceted and sometimes appeared to be defiling all remedial measures. It is against this backdrop, therefore, that a structured assessment and re-evaluation of the human rights situation was conducted in region for better intervention and results. Having presented the draft of the assessment report on Tuesday, the Commission denied media reports that the Commission indicted Presidency, ex-SGF and others in the draft report.
The attention of the National Human Rights Commission has been drawn to media reports suggesting that the draft assessment report indicts the Presidency, ex-SGF, amongst others, on diversion of IDP funds. The Commission wishes to state categorically that the draft Northeast Human Rights Assessment Report does not in any way indict the Presidency, ex-SGF, or any federal government or state government officials or international or national institution. The report also does not state that Boko Haram insurgents still occupy territories in the Northeast as at the time of the consultation with stakeholders.
The headlines talk about the report indicting the Presidency. It talks about Boko Haram occupying territories in Nigeria, but that report, you see, does not reflect all these things.
Speaking further, the director highlighted some of the key findings of the report, which included a call for a coordinated strategy to address the plight of IDPs, as some of the relief materials do not get to the IDPs, among others.
Of the internally displaced persons. So because of the fact that some of the relief items that were meant for these IDPs do not get to them. So there is the need to have a structured and coordinated strategy by the international institutions, federal and state governments to prevent this kind of situation. Also, there's also need to also improve on access to justice in terms of ensuring that every community, every area has police stations, where people can report, certain security threats. Then also the issue of rehabilitation. So there's need to improve on ensuring that people that were displaced are able to go back to their communities.
The stress that the Human Rights Assessment Report, which covers 2015 to June 2017, undergoing validation and consultations among stakeholders, which has not been yet made public, has been lauded by both federal and state governments, as well as civil society organizations who participated in the validation process. The Commission, however, urged journalists to avoid sensational headlines that detract from the aims of the assessment report.